What's up, Warriors? It's me, LC. I know we're running a little bit late today for Freedom Friday, but you know what? I have made a I've made a commitment not to ever come out here and be fake with you. And there are just things that go on in life that sometimes we can't help. But I don't ever want to make you guys pay for that. Sometimes in our lives, when we have big dreams, we spend a lot of time looking outside, looking far off into the people that we think are the ones that will sabotage us, when sometimes we might need to look at our own cheering squad. And so, I don't ever want to be fake. Life happens, life is. And on this Freedom Friday, we're going to talk about that. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go. What's up, Soul Warriors? It's me, LC. I'm the founder of Hope and Recovery Network, your host for the Recovery Soul Food podcast and YouTube channel. If you're not already a subscriber there, then please head over to the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel and become a supporter, a subscriber, share the video so they get out and involved in YouTube's crazy algorithms. The link is in the description. Also, I want to say to you all that I am going to be live with Tiffany Werner on the Moments of Clarity radio show today. You can catch that live on the Moments of Clarity Facebook page today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, there is a phone number there that you can call in towards the end of the show, and you can ask questions, you can make comments, and I would really, really invite all of you to do that. I had put a comment up here, but it's not showing me this, even though we're live now. So it is there on the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel. I will write it again before this is over. So I would love for you guys to show up there if you're able. Give us a phone call. It's an 866 number. So give us a phone call. Ask whatever recovery questions, any personal questions you have of me. We ask that you would keep them positive, keep them, respectful, as this is live radio. And so, but I know you warriors. You guys are the most respectful, most amazing, most positive human beings on the face of the earth. So I don't worry about that. So it is up right now on the Recovery Soul Food YouTube channel. The number, I will put the number right here, right now, here for Facebook. It's 866-826. Let me not try to do two things at once. 1340. And remember, that's the Moments of Clarity show with Tiffany Werner, and it's going to be there on the Moments of Clarity Facebook page. So it's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Livy. I really hope to see a lot of you there. You guys have always been so supportive of me. Today, it will be all about telling hard truths about my life, my journey, my walk. So for some of you that don't know what my testimony is and don't know a lot about my life, then tune in there at 12 p.m. Eastern Time to find out. You will find out, scoop out the dirt on old LC. So, guys, it's Friday. And we love Fridays just because pre-COVID, it was usually the last work week. It was the last day of the work week. But now that we're in COVID, we got to pivot and try to figure out why we love Fridays so much. But Friday to me represents like freedom. And that's why I always call this Freedom Friday or Free Your Mind Friday. I like for us to talk about things that are happening in real life. And a lot of you know that I'm going through a lot right now. And it seems like right before your biggest breakthroughs, and I want you to really get this and understand that it will seem like your entire life, everything you know, will start to shake. It's almost like an earthquake right before the new you, emerges, because that's what transformation is. Transformation for us is about shaking down those old foundations that we have, places that we may think that we are changing our thought processes and changing our belief system. And then something will come along, because we're all praying for that next level, whether it be in recovery, parenting, whatever it is. We're all wanting to continue to grow and move into our next phase, our next level of life. It's how we're created. And so that's why we have an issue with gratitude, because we're grateful for something. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, we're not as grateful for that thing anymore. It's become normal. And it's because the human mind and the human being is designed to be constantly evolving. So it doesn't mean you're an ungrateful person. It doesn't mean that you've lost something. It just means that your whole inner self is saying, okay, it's time to grow. And that's why we have to work on gratitude. We have to make it a purposed mission for us to stay in that gratitude mode. And we want to stay in gratitude because it raises our frequency, our vibration, that in order to bring back to us the things that we love. Because when you are grateful, you can't be pissed off and grateful at the same time. You can't be negative and grateful at the same time. We can try, but once we stay in that gratitude, the negativity will start to fall away. It's like having, I don't know, I think of the movie World War Z all the time, where, the zombies were in the back of the airplane, and as the airplane takes off and is going faster and faster and higher and higher and higher, the zombies just fly out the back. And it's basically the same thing with our thoughts. Those negative thoughts are like the zombie apocalypse that comes in and tries to just weave itself all through your mind and turn every good and positive thought you have into just a soul-sucking negativity. And what we have to do in this community, on this platform, what we talk about here, is we don't have to fight those thoughts. We don't have to fight those zombies one-on-one. We just have to keep rising higher. I had one of our soul warriors send me this amazing post one day, and it's been a few months ago now. But, I love eagles. I just, I love to study. And she sent me this picture of the eagle. It says the eagle has like one nuisance animal, which is the crow, that jumps on the back of the eagle's back and pecks at his neck. And the eagle doesn't try to turn around and fight the crow or get the crow off of it or anything. The eagle just keeps flying higher into an altitude to where the crow naturally can't breathe and just passes out and falls off. And that's what we have to do in our lives. We are so used to reacting, and sometimes we still do it. Sometimes our emotions get so great, we can't help but react. But what we are absolutely trying to do in our lives is rise higher. And we don't have to turn around and fight every battle that presents itself to us. A lot of those things, a lot of those people, a lot of those issues will fall away as we keep working on ourselves and rising ourselves higher. We got to move away to make better choices in that. Here's the deal. Okay. Like, our human nature comes with the greatest gift of any creation that you see around you, in that we have free will to make choices in whatever fashion and way we see fit, or whatever we're moving through at the time. But what comes along with that is us taking full responsibility for the consequences of those choices. And so we've got to start looking less at the external things that come against us, and keep our focus in on us. What is the best choice for me to make that continues to align with the values that I am working to create? Because in recovery, we don't know our values yet. We have come from a life of active addiction, of complete survival mode, that kind of we're just up in the air. It's like, I don't even know what my values are. I haven't had any, my only value was to get what I needed to survive for the last however many years. So we have the tendency to beat up on ourselves because we don't have these values, but that's not the point. The point is to create these values as you grow and begin to find out what is really important to you, and to start making choices that are less about the happiness of everyone else around you and more about what is going to sit comfortably in your soul, in the pit of your stomach. How are you going to lay your head down every single night and know that you did what was right for you today? And we have to get over our belief that that is selfish. That's part of the program. That's part of those unhealthy reactions and emotions that we have. We're still, a lot of us are very codependent. We don't like to say those things about ourselves, but if we don't say them and we don't realize them, we can't fix them. Because you can't fix still sitting in blame. You can't grow sitting in the chair of blame. So we, as hard as it is, we've got to flip around to a place where we take full responsibility for exactly where we are, exactly how we are, who we are, and then start to work on the change and moving forward. We cannot have the yeah buts. If we've still got a yeah but when it comes to talking about and really looking at our lives as it is, and we've got a, well, I know I made a bad choice there, but yeah, but so-and-so did this to me and that. No, I reacted to something this morning, and absolutely, that was my first thought. You've got my mind messed up. Nope, I've got my mind messed up. I didn't stand up for what I needed. I didn't say, this is my need, respect it. I let it get into me. I let it weave itself into my head. I let it affect me in that manner. We've got to get laser focused, ladies and gentlemen, because this is our life. This is our trip around the sun. And there are many toxic relationships and involvements that we're going to have that, again, we've got to be determined to be that eagle, to be that plane that just continues to rise in altitude until all that toxicity cannot hold on anymore. And you see, the responsibility there lies in us rising higher. We've got to be absolutely laser focused on the one person and the one entity that we can change, and that is us. And it's not selfish for us to focus in on ourselves, because we cannot give away what we do not possess. You may see a charity or see somebody suffering, and you want to give them money, or you want to give them a place to live. But if you don't have it, how do you give it? And I know that we all think that we love other people, but we don't love ourselves. And we think that what we have for them is this true love. And we do love them. But there's no comparison to the love that we can give to another person that we have for ourselves. Because a lot of our love for others before we love ourselves comes with a lot of attachment to it. Whether we think so off the cuff or not, if we sit down and we really examine it, there is something in it for us. If they act right, we feel peaceful. If they do this right, we feel good. If they don't, we feel bad. But when we truly come to a place of realizing that full agape love for ourselves, we will understand that they are their own creation, that they are created by a creator to be who they are. And it shouldn't affect us, but it affects us before we are strong enough within ourselves to realize that. And listen, that's all right. We are all a work in progress. We are not ever, ever going to get everything right every day. We're not meant to. But we can't be looking around every corner waiting for ourselves to screw up so we can remind ourselves what a screw up we are and how we'll never, ever get it. We've got to learn how to live in the moment, how to say, okay, well, that choice turned out to be a bit of a mistake in this area, in this area, in this area. But we've got to let it go at that. We've got to analyze it, decide what you're going to do different next time, get the tools ready, because you can best believe there will be a next time. And we got to be ready for it. But there's no time for you to sit and let the old negative zombie thoughts just gnaw at your neck and think that you're not going to turn into that negativity with it. So we got to take a stand for ourselves today. You need to take a stand for your dreams. You need to take a stand for your future. You need to take a stand for your right now, for your health, for your self-care, for your self-love. It's okay to do it. Now, don't think that the other unhealthy people in your life are going to just fall in line and go, oh, you want to take care of yourself today? Okay, that's cool. You got to remember, they are where you were or where you're trying to move from. So no, they're not going to understand. And you may be accused of being the asshole. You may have to wear that hat for a little while, and it's going to make you uncomfortable because they're going to convince you that you're being selfish, or you are a jackass, or you don't care about anybody. And that is not the case at all. In fact, the work you're doing is going to help you care for people even deeper. It's going to help you connect with that divine agape love that you will now be able to give out, because you will know what it feels like. You are worth standing up for. And we've got to stop waiting for somebody else to come along in our lives to stand up for us. And we've got to become our own hero. It's about our choices. And in every moment, we are presented with a choice to make. Start defining your values, but understand that a lot of stuff in your life is going to be tested, because that's how we define our value system. It's not that we sit down with a book, we sit down in prayer, and all of a sudden this stuff just comes to us intuitively, and we wake up and we got it. How it comes to show us our values is usually in that earthquake that comes to shake up our foundations. There's not a foundation in my life right now that is not being shaken. My choice is to know that this is what's going on. I'm not surprised. I prayed for advancement. I prayed for a lot of things, and I have gone through enough in my life, in my recovery, to know that this is the shakedown for the breakthrough. But my choice comes in, do I stare at the things that are falling away? Do I engage with that negativity that comes along with that? Do I engage with the blame for all the people and the entities that are doing us wrong at this time? Or do I choose to, again, look and say, thank you for the answer. You know better than I do how to best work out what I've asked for, what I have placed my intention upon. And I don't care what name you throw out or who you give or where they live. Mine lives here. So it doesn't really matter what label you put on that higher power that is bigger than you. It doesn't matter. It just starts to matter that you start recognizing your choices, that you are willing and able to take full responsibility for those choices, bad, good, or indifferent. Because when you see everything as a lesson, as a blessing, then nothing is bad. It may surface definition look bad, losing our home right now. If I say that to somebody, they understand that's bad, but it's not bad because I prayed for a new start. I prayed for a new home that goes beyond our expectations of anything we could ever ask, believe, or imagine. So how else does that come? Do you think somebody comes and knocks at the door and says, oh, I see. I got this memo that you prayed for a new house and I brought it to you. Come on out here and see your new place. That happens on TV, y'all. That's not real life. Real life is you got to get shaken out of your comfort zone. And then you've got the choice of how this is going to play out. Because if I give in and I give in to blame, I give in to negativity, I give in to all that, you know what? That situation is going to be bad. And it's going to be nothing but bad. And I'm going to miss the blessing on the other side. But if I choose to dig in and say, thank you, I needed this push out of my comfort zone in order to be able to move forward. Thank you. Then that situation doesn't have power over me. And that's the choice that I've made, not to give into what the left side of my heart, my left side, my old me wants to do. And the me that I am working in and towards and loving right now is saying, this is what we know it is. And don't think, guys, don't think that there's not sadness in me about this. Don't think that there's not, that I don't have to consciously make these choices sometimes, because I do. When that's happening to you, you're not doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong when you think, this is kind of shitty. You're not doing it wrong. You're a human being. And you got to let up on yourself. You got to understand that there is no perfection. You are already perfection. There is no perfect way to do things. Yes, man. Yes, man. JD makes a great point. Yeah, it is. It's not easy. It is tiring. It truly is, man. And oh man, if I can relate to anything, I can relate to this statement, because sometimes we give everything out all day long with the best interests of everybody around us in our hearts. And we let that drive us towards what we feel is excellent and better. And then we come home after working for these people all day and every day, and they just, they act like, you know what I mean? And I get that. I really do. I had to grow through that exact same situation, man, in my life. And I feel your struggle. I feel your pain. And that is where we are in the process of that growing so strong and confident and in love with ourselves that we let them just be, because we know we've done all we can. We've given it our best. And whether they recognize it or not, we get to lay our heads down at night knowing that we gave it all. And we don't need their approval, and we don't need their reactions, and we don't need them to high five us and tell them how much they appreciate us, even though it'll be nice. They rarely ever get it. And I know when I have been going through that, and sometimes still go through that what I'm doing there is I'm growing in self-love, because there ain't nobody else to give me props but me. And that's what that lesson is about, man. And I'm with you, and I'm sending so much love and energy to you that you're going to come out of that standing strong. And that's each and every one of y'all, man. Each and every one of you. I know you're going to come out of whatever you're going through right now, standing strong and mighty, because what I know is that the recovery community has got a valuable job to do on the face of the earth today. There is so much that we have to teach these other folks about love, about acceptance, about what self-love looks like. The only way we shatter the stigmas is by growth and growing and standing up and standing out and having these amazing families and replacing these old patterns of thought that they want us to keep going down those roads so that they can keep saying, see, recovery don't work. See, the drug addicts are hopeless. It's up to us. And we may not in our lifetime see all of the accolades of what the work we're putting in right now, but we are changing the world for generations to come. This world needs to stop looking so much and not looking at their own lives, taking their eyes off them and trying to live other people's lives and trying to judge what others are doing because they can't look in the mirror at themselves. They need a lesson in love, in acceptance, in self-love, in worth. And this is our whole program. What is recovery if it is not learning all of those things? And we learn them and we move throughout our communities, whether we're got a megaphone speaking like this, or whether we're speaking one-on-one to one person, two people, or the people in our households. Because you don't know who your kids are going to be. Nobody knows who their kids are going to be or what they're going to do with all this. But what you can say today is that addiction stops in my generational line right here with me. Right here, right now, it stops. And that right there, man, if nothing else happens, you've done your job. And it all is worth it. Because each one of you, look at the people in your life. You've got people in your life, whether it's your kids. And I guess I'll talk to parents right now. But we know, we look at those children, and all we want for them is for them not to suffer the way we've suffered, to not to go through the things we've gone through. And even though we may have put them through some things ourselves, sitting and going over that and over that and over that is not helping them move forward. And every minute that goes by, they're growing older and you're losing that moment to make a difference. And each one of us as parents know that you could die a happy person as long as one thing changes in your kids' lives. As long as they do one thing better than you did, or didn't suffer as much as you did. That's enough. That's enough. And so don't let this search of purpose external steal moments where you're already purposed. Your kids need to see us go through these processes. They need to see us fight through these old belief systems. They need to hear what we're doing. They need to see us react and respond differently. Our grandchildren as well. Because many of you are grandparents raising your children, your grandchildren. or you've got grandchildren in your life, or nieces and nephews if you don't have your own children. Somewhere, somebody is watching you, and the ways that you are kicking the asses of these issues coming up in your life, they need to see that. They need to know what you're doing different. Don't miss an opportunity to change their lives as you're changing your life. It's so important. It's so important. And I know that every one of you here are mighty on this earth. You're some of the most amazingly talented, gifted human beings on the face of the earth, especially in this entire online recovery community. That's what I know, because you guys show up here every day, everything we talk about, and you put these things to work, and I can see them happening in your life because I see the differences in even just your posts. I see the differences in your frustrations. I see that your frustrations are now deeper than they were before because you're on a deeper trail. You're on a deeper path. You're on a path to true healing. And that means that the subject matter is going to get a heck of a lot deeper because it's going down to your core and digging all that stuff up and purging all that old crap so that it doesn't try to keep hanging on to you and gnaw at your neck like the old zombies and keep you in that negative mind space. You're all meant for something huge, and we're in it right now. We don't have to look for it. We're in it right now. So guys, I hope you will all be able to make it over to the Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Facebook page and catch us live on the radio today at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure that you guys call in, get the 866 number. Alicia, if you don't mind, could you put that up there again for me for those that are coming in a little bit late? They might not see it. And y'all call into the show. Call in with your questions, with your comments. You know, it's a great way to, not even just for me, if you guys want to talk to Tiffany. Tiffany is a licensed mental health professional. And so I'm really looking forward to today's show. I'm really looking forward. It's not often that I tell my story and, you know, some of those deeper and darker things and how they've come to the light. So, you know, that's going to be me. I'm going to be on the hot seat today. Usually I get to put people in the hot seat. Today I'm in the hot seat. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Moments of Clarity right there on Facebook. And we are going to go live at 12 p.m. Eastern. And there is the phone number. I think Alicia Lee is going to put it up for me. And you guys call in. And just, I love it. You guys are the most supportive people on the earth. I get to live my dreams because of all of you. And I do my best to help you live your dreams and grow them bigger and bigger and bigger. Because if you're dreaming about something and it don't make you scared or nervous inside or get bombarded by those thoughts that say, you can't do that, then your dream is not big enough. Don't sell yourself short. You are a masterpiece with mad talent, amazing skills. You are an outstanding human being, and the world needs to know that. So I love you guys so much. Good morning, Joni. Alicia, I'm going to say my good mornings now. Alicia Lee, Stephanie Wagner, who's growing. She's growing through, not just going through. We've watched Stephanie grow. Same with Alicia. Same with everybody here, man. JD Jericho, I love you, man. Let's see. Let me go up. Mary Huffman, good morning. Another amazing human being. Uh-oh, did I go too fast? I might have gone too fast. Livy's here. My mate Sam's here. I love you, Sam. And that's all StreamYard showing me right now. Oh, Jen Brownlee's here. Good morning, Jen. Love Jen too, man. You guys are so special to me. So special to me. I want you to know that. I hope you feel that from me, man. Your love mixed with my love, man. We just throw love everywhere. We're like throwing a love party right now. And I do. I mean, I really appreciate all of you. So listen, I will look forward to seeing all of you at 12 p.m. Eastern Time at Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Until then, I love you, and I will see you soon. You guys have an amazing Freedom Friday, because you are strong enough to choose that destiny for yourself. You are amazing. I'll see you guys later. Bye.